え強がって飛び乗って風に流って青空昨日を越えろ Hello everybody, welcome to Talking Mons. It is our Digimon Adventure 2020 recap podcast. My name is JD and I am joined as usual by my two good friends Jeanette and Gary.
Hello.
Hi.
And we are here to talk about episodes 33 and 34, the Hikari of Dawn and Hikari and Tailmon.
Which got me a little confused. Wasn't she named Gatomon?
It's one of those things where they, not every Digimon has the same English and Japanese name. It's like a couple of, like a few episodes back where I was getting confused for like, I know this Digimon is Skull Scorpiomon, but he's just regular Scorpiomon in Japan. And actually, the Scorpiomon that I'm familiar with here in America actually showed up in the second episode when they go under the ocean. And he's like Anomalakalimon or something in Japan. So, yeah. So Gatomon is Tailmon in Japanese, I guess. Because she got a tail, because she a cat.
Yep.
But doesn't Gato... Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, Gato is like cat in Spanish, so it's like literally Catmon.
It is literally
English.
Catmon.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just about to ask that.
I had a cat named Gato once, because I was an
remember
uninspired
Gato.
10-year-old. Yeah, I was an uninspired 10-year-old. So,
I mean,
you know.
my cat growing up was Tigger, so.
Digger.
Aww.
At least you didn't name your cat literally Cat. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and get started with episode 33, the Hikari of Dawn. So, I mean, this, we're finally getting the kind of conclusion of, after Kari got abducted by Skull Knightmon, the little night dude and his weird dog horse thing.
But it's her plan all along. It's an inside job.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird kind of plot or like kind of a surprise there at the end where, because I remember the last episode or two, we've been kind of like wondering why Kari is so nonchalant about being kidnapped. We kind of find out why. So I guess there was a reason for it.
She just wants to find her cat.
She's playing the long game, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I do really like that we start to see more of Kari than just like vaguely staring in this episode and the next one. Like she actually has a personality now, and I thought that was really cool. I like her a lot. I think she's great.
Yeah, it was really nice to kind of see her come out of her shell. Yeah, like you said, not vacantly staring off, but you know, she's showing genuine concern for I guess we'll just say Tailmon, whatever.
Yeah.
Gatomon, Tailmon, they're interchangeable. And just, you know, wanting to help her new partner and wanting to, you know, join everybody else in the fight. And so it was really finally good to see Kari like you know, finally show up.
And like I have stuff to say about the 34, and we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, she finally just starts to come out of her shell in like 33, and like she vacantly stares, and then she actually does stuff, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and this episode really has another like really weird twist that I didn't see coming and didn't really fully understand while watching it, but I understand now that I'm like rereading this plot synopsis. So it turns out Skull Knightmon, this little night dude, has been like our secondary antagonist this entire show so far. Was actually just Gatomon under dark influence, I guess. Because her soul, her good holy soul, was like trapped inside of the night, which I guess implies that she was the night.
So that's a side evolution?
Well, I mean, Patamon has a side evolution, and
Oh yeah,
Metal Greymon turned into into Machine Dramon. So I mean, I guess we're just throwing evolution lines out the window now.
Called it. So called it.
Yeah.
Actually, I did. When I spent the random, I was kind of spitballing out there, so I'm actually surprised that's what they went with. I have to be honest, I could not keep track of the events of this episode at all. There's a lot that's going on. It's thrown at you very fast. I'd have my husband just kind of sum up and just try to help me clue into what was going on.
I mean, I guess the basic story of this is that, Tai and Sora and TK finally catch up with Kari and Skull Knightmon. They have a big fight with Skull Knightmon. Tai and War Greymon bust into his chest to save Kari, who'd been absorbed into Dark Knightmon because there was like a ritual that's trying to resurrect Millennium Mon.
Yes.
Frickin' Rogers from Family Guy.
Or
not Family Guy, American Dad.
Yes.
Right.
It's fucking like Cthulhu shit.
Yeah, they're called Vadamon. They actually showed up in the first season. I think it was during the episode. No, I think Izzy gets trapped by him at one point.
They're
but
like little gray aliens.
Yeah, these big brained alien dudes, and there's like a bunch of them just like huddled around this crystal somewhere else in the world.
It's a cult.
It's kind of a cult. Yeah, it's kind of a cult. They all talk in unison. It's real weird. It's real culty. But yeah, apparently Skull Knightmon was gonna use Kari's like chosen person power, combine it with himself to give Millennium Mon the energy to resurrect himself, I guess. But our plucky little adventurers, they put a stop to that.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know what they were trying for, but it looked like Godamon was like hanging out in Nightmon's stomach or something, or intestines or something, or just like
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I did like how the alien dudes basically like after the ritual fails, they're like, that's disappointing. Oh well, we'll try again later. They don't seem too broken up about it.
To be continued.
I mean, this is not the first time that they have failed with their plans.
Yeah.
I assume everything else that happened was like they're doing.
I guess
it's Taco Tuesday and take over the world.
Hell yeah, man.
That's what they do every Tuesday.
Yeah. It's Tuesday and I did not have tacos. I had tacos yesterday.
I don't remember the last time
I'm a bad person having tacos on a non-Tuesday.
It's Thursday.
Taco Thursday doesn't roll off the tongue as much, Gary. Anyway, enough about tacos. Did you guys have anything that stood out to you about this episode that you want to talk about?
I'm trying to think. I think I have more stuff to say about the next episode. This was just basic. Like it was cool and such, but nothing really stood out in my mind.
Gary, what you got?
Yeah, it's just one long battle scene.
More or less, yeah.
Did we get? I don't remember. I guess I keep mixing up these this arcs episode. Did we ever get like a shot of Mimi, Joe, and the other kids?
I don't think in this episode. We had one last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Melanie and I were talking about this at dinner, and she was asking me about like how I was feeling about the show, and like it's all right, but we were kind of thinking it was weird that like they brought the kids back together only to immediately separate them again, and it's been a handful of episodes since they've all been together, and it just seems like they don't know what to do with the other characters that aren't like immediately involved in the plot. Like Izzy kind of does, because he's like figuring out what's going on with the space station, but like Matt is running through the wasteland, Joe is having a weird sauna adventure, Mimi is having an adventure with rock people, but Sorry, go ahead, Gary.
Have we even seen like Matt in these like side little clips? I feel like we haven't seen it in since like the first time they got separated.
They flash to him periodically when they're all in their like group chat, and Matt is literally just riding on the back of Garurumon through the wasteland. That's all he's been doing. I'm almost certain that it's like repeated animation.
Yeah, we actually have not seen him. Did not see him in the past 2 episodes.
Right.
We've seen more of TK than we've seen Matt.
Yeah, I guess, because I think like Matt told like, hey, take care of my brother until I get there, and he's still coming, I guess. He's gonna get there after the fight's over.
Yeah, I mean good luck.
I can't say I really miss him.
Yeah,
But it's kind of weird because he's meant to be a foil to Tai, and he's just not there.
How's he supposed to foil if he's not around?
And then like Sora is just like the girl, like Joe is just going to be eternally stuck in a hot tub while he worries that his junior high is going to be destroyed for the rest of the show.
Joe is involved in some weird tentacle porn thing right now that they just keep kind of alluding to, and I kind of need more backstory as to like what's going on. Like,
do you really seriously want to know what's going on?
Like, I need, like, when everyone gets back together, I need Joe and Mimi to just have an episode where like, or at least Mimi, because like Mimi seemed like there was a lot going on with her. So like she was digging rocks up, and then they flashed her, and like Togemon's having a boxing match, and then they flash back to her again, and she's like apparently queen of the rock people now.
Yep. Like she was
like,
queen
what's
of
going
the
on there?
Yeah, she was queen of the plant people, and now she's queen of the rock people.
Mimi is apparently meant to rule.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess that means we can move on to episode 34, which I think has more going on. Because this is the episode where we get our fun undersea adventure.
Under the sea.
They start pulling out, all kinds of, undersea critters.
The doggy. The 8-legged doggy fluffy mon thing.
Commando-mon. This weird helmeted like sheep dog that they've been riding on the back of is also apparently a submarine.
Yeah.
For reasons. Oh my god. It's so
Can
ridiculous.
he turn into a spaceship too?
I mean, at this point I wouldn't doubt it. If they go underwater, and like our first instinct watching it was like, those kids are gonna drown. Like, no, he just like threw up a protective bubble around his back, so it's just a dome.
The question is, why did he drown?
Because he's a submarine.
But what I learned in this episode is that water is meaningless, because when he popped through that little dome like city thing, water didn't get in. It's just this one that get in.
like there's like this giant like bubbled city underwater, and people and things just keep busting through the roof of it, and there's no water gushing in, but also like all the kids can breathe in there, but all of the denizens that live there are like fish people, but they like still like swim through the air, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's real weird and not very well explained.
See, I was too busy. I don't think anyone will get this reference, but Russ and I saw that city, and we immediately thought of, there was these really bad animated Titanic movies, and there's a sequel where they go to Atlantis, and we're like, oh my god, it's that movie, but in Digimon form.
I feel that's really insensitive to the Titanic people.
Well, that's a whole
like, I know it's over 100 years ago, but damn, people died.
I will have to tell you about those movies sometimes after, not on the podcast, but it is a rabbit hole.
No, it will be a separate podcast.
Oh god, no, thank you. Well, this episode is kind of notable because we meet another one of the holy Digimon. So we knew Patamon and Gatomon were holy Digimon. We met Lopmon, who is the baby of Cherubimon, who's a holy Digimon. But we meet one of the many Angemons. We meet Marine Angemon, who I thought was really funny because when they first show Marine Angemon, they're like this giant hologram when they initially talk to them. But I just had to lean over to my wife and I'm like, you just have to know that this thing is like extremely puny. And they get to it and it like fucking fits in the palm of their hand.
Yep.
I love Marine Angemon. It's so tiny. But it's like a mega level Digimon, so it's like so unassuming.
Yeah, like it didn't need any help from Gatomon, but it just kind of sat around and did nothing. So
Yeah, and it's like implied that like, okay, why aren't you gonna go help with this holy war that's going on? But it's like, nope, my power is being used to maintain this city, so got more important stuff to do, I guess.
it's gonna fall on Gatomon and Patamon's shoulders.
Yeah, man, it's fine. They got this.
Also, one thing I wanted to comment on, like there seems to be a rivalry between Patamon and Gatomon. Like Patamon is weirdly jealous with how confident Gatomon is.
Well, yeah, it is kind of weird that like Gatomon, like I understand that Gatomon is a champion level, so it's like she's already like basically came out of the womb kicking ass. Whereas, you know, Patamon is still kind of like finding his footing. I mean, hell, he doesn't evolve into regular Angemon anymore. He evolves into a horse.
I am more invested in the character journey of Patamon at this point than anything else right now.
He's got to find his confidence and become the hero that the world needs.
Well, I just have this appreciation for Patamon. He was just like, fuck this, I'm going to do my own thing, and he turned to a horse instead of a angel.
If all else fails, turn into a horse.
Yeah, I mean, have a bad day, just turn into a horse.
Hell yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, this episode's pretty simple. It's mostly they go to this underwater city to find one of the other holy Digimon, and then it was kind of an interesting plot that it's like, oh, well, we came underwater to get away from all the evil shenanigans that's going up top, but we kind of pissed off the people that were already living here, so
We're
gonna
going
have
back.
to deal with that. Invasive species.
Yeah, and they just kind of murder, like, the natives, and...
Just murder the local wildlife, it's fine.
Yes. But one thing I did, like, really, really like about this episode was the dynamic between Gatomon and Kari, I like that Kari has a big heart, and she's really caring. She's also really childish, but I like that too. And Gatomon is so refined and dignified, and Kari's just like, I'm just gonna pet you and cuddle you, and it's great.
I mean, she's like 6, so...
Yeah, I just dig the relationship between those two.
They're like perfect complement. Like, complementary.
Yeah, you're right, because it's like Kari is like this sweet, innocent child, and Gatomon's like this kind of already hardened badass who's like just wants to fucking do the mission and, you know, get it done.
And retire.
So, right. It's like, I'm 2 days away from retirement. I was just born, but damn.
Yep.
I will say I was kind of surprised that there's the point where Kari is like, no, I'm going to fight with you. And she goes up to Gatomon and like makes a weird spirit shield, I guess. But it's also where Kari gets her Digivice for finally. I was really expecting for Gatomon to slide into her armor form like how Patamon does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, same here.
We did not get that.
Yet.
The next episode has already spoiled us of what is going to happen, so...
I mean, to be fair, though, like Patamon turned into Angemon and then turned into his armor form, so I'm not ruling it out yet.
That's true. Nefertimon might still show up. My question is, where's Flamedramon? He's cool. Where's he at?
I love Flamedramon.
I want to see Flamedramon. I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's cool. Also, there's... I don't understand this, and I don't know if you guys know the answer to this. So, they are trying to find this place where it is where that giant area with the bulbed head aliens are hovering around this crystal that is like the main piece of Millenniummon, and it's like where it's going to be resurrected from. It's called Faga, like Faga. It's all capitalized, so like I don't know what it means. They don't explain it. But if it's all capitalized, it implies that it's an anagram for something.
I had no idea. Like, I'm like, what is this? I don't know what's going on anymore.
They just keep saying Faga like it's a thing. And I'm like, that's not a thing. Explain to me what the letters mean.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Oh,
I guess
God.
it's like an abbreviation for the evil organization or something.
I mean, yeah, but I still don't want to know what that means.
We could make something up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Homework. I'll work on it.
Post in the comments what your predictions were, what Faga means. Make that a fun little project for everybody.
Yeah.
But no, I mean this episode was nice because you get to see Kari and Tailmon, you know, strengthen their relationship and kind of get to know each other. You know, since they kind of just met at the end of last episode. That's about all I got to say about it. Is there anything else you guys?
I really like that scene where Kari's like petting the dog and telling him how hard he worked, and I'm just like, oh, he's seen, he's acknowledged.
He's a good boy.
I just want to pet one of those Digimon so badly. Like, his hair looks so long and soft, and yeah,
This
is
giant
the
20-foot tall 8-legged dog.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
You got anything, Gary? No? Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think that'll do it for this week. Thank you all for listening. Let us know in the comments what you thought about these episodes, what your predictions for what Faga is.
I just thought of something.
What, Gary?
Sorry.
My God.
The city is inside this big whale skeleton. So is the city itself a Digimon, or did something not completely vaporized?
Well, if I saw it right, the city is in like the jaw of a giant dead thing. Like the skeleton is being dragged behind it. So I'm imagining this was a Digimon at one point that for some reason didn't just like decimate into pixels, but you know, whatever. Maybe he died a natural death.
There is no consistency to anything.
It's fine. Who needs continuity?
It's Digimon. You just kind of have to let some things go, like the science.
Izzy did give us an update on the space station.
Yeah.
Astronaut evacuated, and a satellite did hit it.
Yeah, shit's about to go down, people. Tokyo about to be decimated by the space station.
Tokyo about to be decimated for the third time.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell, Tokyo?
Oh, I said fourth. It might be the fourth time. I don't know. It's like
I think it's the third, because the first time was the nuclear missile, then it was the ships, now it's the satellite.
It's like every 10 episodes, Tokyo is in danger of being destroyed.
Is the fourth plague just gonna be Godzilla? I mean, are we just gonna, like, some Digimon approximation of Godzilla is gonna warp into the real world and start shooting lasers at the city?
Probably Millennium Mon.
Yeah. See, what I'm hoping is each, like, stake just gets more and more ridiculous. Like, we're already pretty ridiculous with the space stations, but it just keeps getting better and better. Like, maybe the sun will be on the verge of exploding or something. I don't know. Geostorm this shit. Just make Digimon Geostorm.
Izzy stops the heat death of the universe. Oh my god. Yeah, there you go, guys. Here's another project for you. Post your next wild speculation what the next crisis will be.
Yes.
Apparently this series is like 60 some odd episodes long, so we're only halfway through. Shit's gotta get more crazy.
We've got at least 2 or 3 more crises to go if they keep at the current rate.
Yeah, come on. I need to hear what you think Faga means and what you think the next crisis is gonna be. Let us know. All right, guys. Thank you all for listening, and we'll be back next time to talk more Digimon. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.